has been a part of my every single day.
Right.
But I love some aspects of the virtual because you can't be everywhere at one time. So you're able to actually meet with more people and be more available with the virtual tools. So I do like that it makes me more available.
Okay, we're gonna applaud you as well. And Mildred, I'm sorry, that was for you as well. Okay, Mildred, we kind of did like a 2-in-1 applause there. But let's get right into it because you guys are so right. You already touched on some of the tools that I've discussed. But when you talk about virtual, I mean, have you ever been involved in a Zoom where you thought in your mind like this person was professional, this person was great, this person was knew what they were talking about, and then they went on they were the facilitator of the Zoom, and you're like, they're not muting people. They don't know how to switch slides. They don't know how to share their screen. Regardless of whether they're a subject matter expert and they're the best at whatever they do, I've lost a certain amount of respect for that person. Would you agree? Just go like this. You don't have to answer um, because it's the truth, right? It helps you to be more professional and do what you do. So let's go to our should be our first tool coming up here. First reason. Number one. Oh my gosh, look at that. When we talk about the top 10 reason, the first reason that you should be doubling down on social media and virtual is because of video, right? Video is the easiest way, man. And Betty touched upon it. So 70% of what you do is nonverbal, right? Me, all my mannerisms, everything I do, how I talk, so much of it is me going like this, right? Betty's talking, I'm like this. Or you're talking to a client and they're going, right? You can see that because it's video. Now's the time. Okay, if you have the courage enough, and again, I'm going to encourage Eldora, Fanny, Diane, Jeff, Regina, Joanne, June, Christine, Donna, Karen, Ray, Dennis, Linda, Lorene, Elise, Eunice, and Alex to please turn on your cameras because you have the courage to do so. Yeah, I called you out by name, but you did it. So now's the time to level up. And when I give you guys the behind the scenes look, you're going to really appreciate this. Here's where I am right now. Okay. You can see that this is the new look for the summer right here. It's called Webinar Chic. You can see I have shorts on, but I have my blazer on top with a t-shirt. This is my setup. You guys are over here on this big screen. I have my MacBook in the middle, and I have another screen over here, two 42-inch screens, lights, multiple cameras. Okay. I'm not saying you have to do this. Hold on one second. But this is where I started with this.
I like the shorts and the blazer.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a new look for the spring season, folks. But this is where I started. Just this right here, one elevated desk kind of a thing that costs $30 is how I did my NISAR sessions in March, April, and May. And then every time I did something, I was like, oh man, I need a better camera. Oh, I need this. Oh, I want to elevate this. Oh, I need lighting. And you know what? My screens aren't big enough. I want to be able to see the people in the gallery view, right? So little by little, I changed all that. Okay. And I encourage you that if you're going to do something, and you'll see my shirt in a second, but it says focus on progress, not perfection, right? You don't have to have a full-blown studio, but there's no reason why you can't be a little bit better every day, right? There's no reason why you can't find a little 4x4 corner in your home that can be your studio, right? That can be the preferred area where you broadcast from on a regular basis. Okay. And I love this because you guys remember Blockbuster, right? Blockbuster, did you know that Blockbuster had the opportunity to purchase this small company called Netflix? They had the opportunity to buy them and they were like, nah, we're good. That online video is not going anywhere. Okay. Now today there's only one, and I just heard this on the radio this morning. There's only one Blockbuster left in the entire country. It's in Oregon. And people go there and they take selfies because it's a thing of the past. And so I want you to really embrace video and adapt or evaporate. And you see, that's the shirt I have on right now. That's my son, my 10-year-old. We have matching shirts, of course. but he understands that as well, right? You don't have to be perfect. Just be better. If you've never done a live video before, just start with the first one, right? If you want to create a YouTube channel, create the YouTube channel and commit to doing something a little bit more than you did yesterday. Create your video library and dominate your market, right? How many, again, I'm going to ask for a raise of hands, and if you have virtual hands, put them up too. Again, in the reactions lower right, you can raise your virtual hand. How many could commit to one video per week? Okay, raise your hand. Marie, yep. Eunice, yep. Susan, I see you. Vincent, one video. Michelle, come on, girl. I see you. Okay, Alex. I think Alex, your name seems familiar to me. You do videos too, don't you? So one video per week means at the end of the year, you have 52 videos. At the end of 5 years, you have 260. That's called a video library, folks. That is how you're going to dominate the market from 2021 and beyond. Because video's not going away. If anything, what it's done to people is it's trained them to consume information via video, right? Think about our kids that are coming up. Think about the Z Gen and the generation after them. They know nothing but video. They're not going to pick up a book to learn anything. They're not going to go to the library. They're going to go to the University of YouTube. Okay? So the more you know, the better you'll be in putting it out there. So number 2, be happy, right? This is the second. All the things that I talk about with virtual and social media are going to help you to be happier because you build a better business. Okay? Do you know what I mean by that? It means you don't have to do business with the Richard Noggins of the world, right? Another name for Richard, another name for Noggin. Okay, usually it takes a couple minutes, then you'll get it. It's the person that when they call, you're like, oh man, hello, hi, yeah, okay, yeah. And you don't really enjoy that transaction, but it's because you didn't have a choice that you took that business. Well, when you start doing video, you start doing social media, you start doing things virtually, you could tell really, really, really fast whether somebody's going to be a good fit, right? If you follow me and you see the videos that I do, you're either going to like it or you're not. I'm not for everybody. Okay? But I'm pre-screening those people ahead of time, right? You guys like, let me see where I got this. Here we go. When the sharpest words want to cut me down. Right? You guys know this movie? I'm gonna send a bird, gonna drown a man. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I That's it. To be.
This is one of my favorites.
Oh, it's probably, yeah, definitely right up there. But the message is so powerful because when you just do video and you're like, this is it. This is who I am. And you stop caring what other people think, right? It's called self-esteem for a reason. As long as you value yourself, there's always going to be people that try to bring you down. And the people that want to talk smack and, talk negatively to you or about you, it's a they problem, right? It's a problem that they have because they don't have the courage to do what you're doing. So just keep that in mind, right? I always say, share the smiles. These are my 2 kids, Valentino and Antonio, AJ. If you follow me, you've seen them once or twice or 100 times in my videos, because if you don't like social media, it's because you've surrounded yourself with people that you don't like, period. Right? If you go on your social media and you're like, oh my gosh, it's nothing but politics and negative people, remove them from your life. Okay, I go on and it's like rainbows and unicorns, like, butterflies flying around. I want to go on and I want to be happy. And so that's the second reason. Number 3, and I'm going through this like Letterman's top 10. But number 3, branding. Okay, and branding is so much more than the color scheme that you choose and the font of, and your logo. Like branding is what people think of you or what they say about you when you're not around, right? What do you want to be known for? And so that's what you want to be thinking about. Really building a brand can be done easily with social media in a virtual world. Okay. In the last 12 months, I could tell you that I have met tens of thousands of people that I would not have been able to be introduced to had I had to go see them in person, had I had to go and shake hands and do this and meet. It's exponential. Okay. So if we wanted to do just a quick exercise on a piece of paper, and nobody's going to see this, right? On a piece of paper, what I want you to do is write down the 3 things that you want to be known for. And I don't mean, well, real estate, obviously. I don't mean that. Okay. What are your core values? When somebody thinks about you, what do they think about? For me, I can tell you the 3 things are family, fun, and fitness. Breaks it down. Just about everything I do comes down to those 3 core values. And that's what my content creation is about. And that's my driving force every day when I do business. Okay. So just write that down and say, okay, this is what I want my brand to be. Okay. Melissa has brand almost in her name, brand with a T. I like that's awesome. And so the message is like, stand out. When you're thinking about building a brand does not mean that you fit in. I don't want you to fit in. And that's part of what, they're doing wrong in our schools. They don't encourage individuality, right? As a kid, I was the kid that had too much energy, was the class clown, was always getting in trouble for talking. Guess what? That's what I'm known for now. The guy with infectious energy that's really, fun to be around and speaks for a living, right? They would tell me, sit down, be quiet, be like everybody else. And so, whatever your unique things that you do, like, don't think that you have to be a certain way to be professional, because that's not the case. It's definitely not the case. Okay. And be authentic. I love this because I made the mistake of trying to fit in my first few years in the business. I started when I was 20. And if you don't know my background, I've been in the business now going on 16 years. When I first started, I was 25 years old. And they were like, listen, kid. And I would wear a shirt and tie and a suit and all that stuff because I thought that's what I was supposed to do in order to be professional. Okay. Now, if you see me speaking anywhere, you see me, I'm always business casual. My brand is I'll have a t-shirt and some kind of, slacks. I don't always wear the shorts. The shorts are the webinar version for the spring collection, but it would be suit with a shirt because that's what I'm comfortable with because that's who I am. Okay. The content that I create, let me show you a video here in a second. The content that I create is who I am. We do a lot of like 90s hip hop because I grew up in the 90s and I love hip hop. And if you were on early and you heard some of the parodies that I've done, I did a parody to Rump Shaker. Do you guys remember that song? It's called Slump Breaker. All I want to do is a zoom, zoom, zoom in a room. I did a parody to that. Then I did one for next episode, right? And then I did another one, Get Low, Lil Jon, the East Side Boys. I did one called Get Sold, right? And the reason why I'm telling you this is because it's fun for me, but who are my clients? People that also grew up in the 90s. You see, I've identified who my audience is. Is a Z-Gen going to appreciate Dr. Dre? Probably not, because they don't, they might know who he is because he makes Dr. Dre beats and that stuff. But they're I'll just play this for you. Here you go.
We can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Nope.
Okay, hold on. That stinks. Let's see how we can make you hear things. You can still hear me though?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Jeff, you have your hand up because you have a question? Or that was to something earlier? Jeff does. One moment. Let's see here. Okay, let's see if that works. If not, we'll just skip it. Nope, you can't hear it. It's all right. We'll keep going. Yeah, it's all right. It was a Saturday Night Live skit. Yeet, yeet, scared, scared. But I just wanted to demonstrate that that was something that I did fun, that I enjoyed, that also had 2,000 views. Okay, because it was something that my audience would also enjoy, because my audience is just like me. The people that I decided I want to work with are 40 somethings with kids, have similar core values. Facebook bars. So you may not know this, but it ties right in with what I just talked about with hip hop, and that Facebook has identified that they're losing so much market share to a small social media platform called TikTok, right? That they are introducing an app called Facebook Bars. And it's not drinking bars. It's not like jail bars. It's another term for rapping is spitting bars. Okay. It's a little hip hop terminology for you guys. So their new app is going to be with royalty free music. You can rap over it. Okay. Because they understand that a big part of their demographic is that 25 to 45 who are amateur hip hoppers, if you will. Okay. So that's part of what's being introduced shortly. Facebook bars. Number 4, efficiency. And I think Michelle mentioned this, and I think maybe Mildred did too. Being able to do so much more in less time, especially those of you, man, you're out on the island, you're in Queens, like you can have back-to-back appointments virtually, right? And not get stuck in traffic, right? And not have to worry about all of that. You can get so much more done in this virtual world. And that's why, like, as things start to open up, and I'd like to say, when they, Dr. Lawrence Yun talked about, should be probably 3 months or so before the herd immunity starts to kick in with enough immunizations taking place. That doesn't mean that our clients are going to be 100% comfortable, right? In going out and listing their house and having a bunch of people through their home, or you have somebody who might be at risk. It doesn't mean they want to go out and see houses or stand in line with 25, 30 people at an open house, right? So being efficient, this is all stuff that we are going to implement. We're going to implement this in our real estate business forever, right? When we meet with our clients, the first step is always going to be virtual from now until forever. We have a buyer that wants to buy a house. Okay, great. Why don't we set up a Zoom? We can talk about how exclusive buyer representation works. We can talk about the market. We can talk about how it's a seller's market and how we can maybe help you modify your terms and conditions to make them the best you can be, position you for success, right? All of that, creating those reasonable expectations up front makes for a smoother process. Same thing with seller. Okay, this thing keeps connecting. Who's working with buyers right now? Raise your hand. How would, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you describe that? 10, 11, 12, right? So we have to build realistic expectations for our clients so that they understand how challenging it is, so that they don't fire you after they lose that first multiple offer or the second or the third. And I have some first-time home buyers right now that are on their, if we write another offer, it'll be their 14th offer. Okay, minimum down payment, like first-time home buyer program. If I didn't let them know up front that that was going to be the case, I might have gotten fired a long time ago. Okay, things like electronic signing, right? I understand that you guys have Authentisign, Instinet, Transaction Desk, right? That's part of what's a value added benefit of your membership, but maybe your company has .loop. I can tell you, I can't say that I've never. One time in the last 12 years, and it was recently actually, I had to have pen and paper signed by a client. Besides that, it's all electronic. right? We have to write an offer. You go home, I go home, I send you the offer. Listing paperwork, I go to the house, I see the property. Once I do, I then tell them, oh, the listing paperwork is already in your inbox. Okay, all of that's done electronically, huge time saver. Your presentations can all be done online. Like I said, not just your buyer presentation, not just your listing presentation, but if you've ever done like a home buying seminar, has anybody ever done one of those?
No.
Okay. So Vincent, maybe it's a good time to do one, right? Because I've done them over the years. You have to rent a space. You have to buy food. You have to get coffee. You have to do all these things that cost money. With a home buying seminar now, all you got to do is, hey, let's do it virtually. We get a registration link within Zoom, partner up with a couple, affiliates. You have somebody who's, title person, you have the lender, you have the attorney. Think about how easy it is, right? So you could do home buying seminar, home selling seminar. If you're a senior real estate specialist, SRES, right? If you're a military relocation professional, if you're a CIPS, these are all things that you specialize in that you can educate people on. It can all be done online, all be done to help you develop your expertise. And that's one of the ones we're going to get to. Being effective, right? The difference between efficiency and effective. Efficiency is doing more things in less time. Effective is, are you doing the right things and can you monitor your return on investment, right? Because some of us get really busy at doing things that are not effective for our business. Like, oh, I got so much done today. What'd you do? Oh, I organized my inbox and then I did my desk, right? You got a lot of stuff done, but it wasn't for your business. So with social media and in the virtual stuff that we do, here's an example of the insights, right? I can look at the analytics. This is from my Facebook page and say, man, my page likes are down 30% this month. My reach is up 15% with 4,203 people. My video views are up. Okay, recommendations posted. So you can monitor that. That's on the Facebook page. Recent highlights. I think this was on my Instagram. Your Instagram also has insights. If you've never looked at it, how could you possibly monitor how effective your strategy is? Right? Because I can go on there. I know this for a fact. There's stuff that I post and I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be really good. This is it. This is going viral. I post it, nothing happens. Crickets. Okay? That's what I hear. That's crickets. Okay? I hear crickets. And then something else, I just throw it on there. I don't do anything else with it. And that's the one that gets a lot of engagement. And so many times with content, we try to guess what we all guess, right? What we think our audience will like. But then we don't monitor how much they like it. Because if you look at your insights and say, oh, wow, they liked motivational quotes, that keeps getting me a lot of engagement. But then you decide not to post more of it. You're not paying attention to what matters and you're not being effective. And this last one here, this is, I'm going to get into the messenger bots a little bit. But with messenger bot marketing, that is the future. On social media, permission-based, providing resources on demand, I can tell you how many people came into my bot. I can tell you what flows or what resources they looked at, all on the back end. So I know what's working and how effective things are. Okay. Market share. Number 6. Get it done, right? Getting things done while they wait and see. We talked about in the beginning, those folks that who were like, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. I don't have to do anything right now. Meanwhile, you were all going to classes. You're doing these free webinars. You're doing everything you can to advance yourself and your education and your expertise. You're the ones that are going to gain market share because you're willing to implement new strategies. Okay. Real estate will never be the same. Never. Okay. You can't say, oh, when we get back to normal, there is no normal. Okay. Everything that we've went through, everything that we experience is going to change real estate forever. And so now's your opportunity for you to win that race when there is no competition, right? How many people you have 20 something thousand Long Island Board of Realtor members? How many do you know top of mind are doing things really great virtually or with video? Maybe a handful, right? Think about it. If there's, and maybe Marianne can tell me the exact number. If there's 25,000 for a round number and 1% of those people, what's 1% of 25,000? It's 250, I think, right?
Yeah.
Move it over a couple. Yeah, 250. So if there was 1% of the entire membership is doing really great things virtually or video, that would be 250. And I bet you probably can't even think of 50 people, right? So that's 20% of 1%. Less than 1/2 of 1% of the entire membership are top of mind when it comes to video and virtual and social media. Market share. So looking at Facebook events, everything that I do, whether I heard somebody say virtual open house, right? If you're going to do that home buying seminar, that they're putting a lot of algo juice. I don't know how to put it. The algorithm loves events and groups right now. And it's a great way. If you look at, it's kind of cut off a little bit, but my Facebook events, I have 22 events in the last 90 days. It's reached 13.2 thousand people. Okay. And this is all organically, everything I'm talking about. This is why it makes sense to double down on social media. You may be doing things, you may be holding an open house in person and you're putting it in the MLS. That's great. That's what you've always done. But why wouldn't you create a Facebook event? Why wouldn't you do all these extra things? Make it a hybrid of in-person and virtual, right? Is it going to be a little bit more work? Yes. But are you going to set yourself apart from the competition and gain market share? Absolutely. Right? This setup, and I'll go back over here. This took me some time. Okay. But I knew that this wasn't going away, right? When they said, Jeremiah, you got to present virtually in March of 2020. I said, man, if I'm going to do something, I might as well do it at its highest level possible and keep learning and keep getting better. And I think that's what we all have to be doing right now. Okay. Number 7 is trust. Okay. Trust is built with consistency over time, right? Communicating effectively, giving them reasonable expectations. We talked about it in the beginning when Betty was saying, like, she sent a text message and they didn't get it, right? She said it face to face or on the phone. They didn't exactly hear it the way she said it. So building trust with your clients, when you start worrying about, in the last 30 days, right? We're not going to mention any names, but it rhymes with pillow. There was a lot of talk about pillow coming into the industry as a broker. So what? That shouldn't matter to you. If you've built trust and loyalty with your clients, that shouldn't matter, right? And I always use the example, like if somebody sent my wife some chocolates, I wouldn't get mad about it. We would sit and eat the chocolates together. I'm like, man, where are these chocolates from? This is great because I'm not worried about it, right? Same thing with your clients. You don't have to worry about somebody stealing your client if there's trust and there's loyalty already there.
And close your eyes and just fall down, okay?
Okay, this is a trust
Lauren's
fall
gonna catch you.
exercise.
Close your eyes, okay.
Okay, it's called the trust fall. Okay, trust fall. Ready, set, go.
What was wrong there? It wasn't communicated properly, right? It's the trust fall, but what I need from you, and this is a lot of what's happening in transactions right now, you're not communicating every part of it. They said, trust fall. Okay, you're going to fall and I'll catch you. I didn't say you're going to fall backwards and I'll catch you. Right. And so consistency over time in a virtual world, BombBomb is one of the greatest ways that I am able to build trust with my clients because I'm explaining to them every single part of the process. Okay. They're not hearing from me live. I've recorded a lot of these videos ahead of time and said, okay, congratulations on acceptance of the offer. Here's the pending process. The next day, they might get something like, hey, we got to get that home inspection scheduled as soon as humanly possible. Here are some great inspectors I've worked with in the past and the list. After that, it's like, okay, now we've negotiated the inspection. Maybe we need to start pricing out some home insurance. And here's what home insurance, what to look for. And they get something from me every week. Sometimes it might be a video that goes, hey, guess what? I don't have anything new to report. but that's my report. Have a good day. Right? Because you think if you're working with buyers in this market, they're like family. You're going out to see a lot of houses. You know their kids' names. You know what they like to eat. You know their favorite coffee spots. And then you get them in contract and you ghost them. Not because you mean to, you're just very busy. Okay. A virtual world with BombBomb, that helps you to make sure that everything's communicated and you're building that trust over time. Okay. This here is, if you scan this QR code with your phone, take your phone out, take it out, and use your photo, your camera, or you can go to bot.jmanseminars.com. This code is going to bring you into Messenger so that you could experience our Messenger bot. It's one of the greatest ways that we build trust with clients and prospects because we have resources already built into there for them to get information on demand. Okay. And I understand that if you're on your phone, you can't really scan the screen right now. So that's going to be a little bit more challenging, but you can go to bot.jmanseminars.com and that'll also bring you there, the URL bot.jmanseminars.com. Okay. This is the future of marketing. This is the future of social media marketing and having conversations because I'm providing information to people 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sometimes people come in at 2 a.m. I don't know what they're doing. They're up late and they're wondering about how much their home is worth. Well, part of the bot is I have a home equity estimate built into there where they can figure out how much their home is worth by answering some questions. And it's the same questions you would ask them live, but it's done by the bot, right? What, how much do you owe in your home? Do you have any other liens or anything against it? What are some of the improvements, et cetera, and so on and so forth. I have all the information that says, okay, we'll provide you with a home equity estimate within 24 hours. Okay, that's one of the reasons why these technology companies became so popular. They gave people an anonymous depiction of value of what their home is worth without having to talk to them. In real estate, I was like, we have to get on the phone. I have to come to your house. I don't want you to come to my house because if you come to my house, that means you're going to sell me something because you're a salesperson, right? That's what they think. And so the more information and the more resources you can provide on demand, the better you'll be. Virtual showings, even when we open up more, we're still going to be doing virtual showings first because there's so many ways, and it could be virtual showings, whether I'm here and Alex is at his house, if he's my client, and I'm showing him a house before we go out to see these houses. We can eliminate properties that way. Or it could be you're at the property and your client is elsewhere, right? Being in the Long Island and the Five Borough area, you guys had people relocating from all over the world, right? Now think about it. I'd be happy to do a virtual showing for you before you ever come to New York. We can eliminate some of those properties. So then you schedule it ahead of time. Boom, 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 boom. Walk through the properties. Building trust, and you're helping to demonstrate how you're going to go above and beyond in the real estate transaction for them. Number 7, expertise. Show them how you are the real estate expert. How could you show them? I just noticed the ring says I am badass. That's pretty cool. You can show them in a number of different ways, but the first is live video, right? If I come on and you say, hey, Jay, can you talk about real estate for an hour? You invite me to something, or I'm in somewhere. I do a live video on, hey, we got this great home equity estimate program. You know how much your home is worth. If you're looking to buy a home in this area, we have a great program, 100% financing. And I go into all the things that real estate related live. You know then that I know my stuff because it's not prepared. It's not like, hold on, need another take. I got to read the teleprompter. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Real Estate Minute. Doing it live really does demonstrate your expertise. Okay. Zooming like a pro also will demonstrate your expertise. It hurts my soul when I'm a participant in a Zoom and I see it done unprofessionally. And it's still happening a year later. There's no reason why a year later, any of you should not be able to go onto a Zoom and do it like a professional, right? You got to think there's 50 of you on now. If you're on any Zoom, you should shine, right? If I go in, I got the virtual background. I have the QR code that I can put up in the back. Like I'm going to stick out from the other 50 people, regardless of what meeting I'm in. And that's how you should want to be, because we're doubling down.
Crazy weather.
Somebody's not muted.
It happens to all of us. Don't think you're the only one.
Amy, could you mute whoever that is? Thank you. All right, freedom. Number 8, freedom. This is my favorite slide. Because of course I'd like to say to you, you're going to make more money if you double down on virtual and social media, right? But it's not the money you make. It's the freedom that it provides. It's what you can do with that money. When people say to me, like, what motivates you? Man, money motivates me, baby. I wake up every day, got to make that money. I'm like, no, that's not it. Cynthia, I see you shaking your head. You want to make that money for you and your husband to go on vacation, or the kids or the grandkids. She's like, no, not at all. I don't care if you go anywhere with him. All right. So maybe you and the other guy or something, right? Something with your kids or the grandkids. For me, it's like being able to do the things that I want to do, right? I don't want to be 80 years old, 90 years old, still going, here's the kitchen, right? I want to be able to, make enough money to be happy and take care of my family, right? I have this picture in here because I was able to, I'm a huge Bills fan. You guys follow me. And I was like fur coats. But I had the opportunity to go to the Bills playoff game. Okay. One of the Bills playoff games. And it's because I had built a business that was good enough to provide me the income that I could afford it, but also I could take the time off, and my clients didn't make my schedule. I made my schedule. Okay. And then the second one here, which gives me all the feels here. Life is not, you've heard this, right? Life is not the breaths you take, but it's the moments that take your breath away. Being able to have enough money to take the kids to Disney World, all these pictures here, Universal Studios, Old Faithful in Wyoming, Yellowstone Park. I think the other photo there is also Yellowstone. And of course, that picture there with my hair all messed up, that was Statue of Liberty, obviously, but it was last February, 2020. I was able to take my son there. And I lived in New York for quite some time, and I had never gone, right? I did the Circle Line tours every time that my tourist friends would come, but I'd never been actually to that. So number 9, loyalty. This goes right in with the trust that we talked about, trust and loyalty. We will support each other during this difficult time. Loyalty is what you can build, that strong feeling of support. You build that by helping others. Okay. And here's, we would do this once a month on our social media. I wouldn't hop on and go, hey, everybody, guess what? If you're looking to buy or sell real estate, let us know, because our properties are selling 20% over asking with 15 to 20 offers. What we would do is we would go on live and I would say, okay, I've tagged every single one of my clients that is a business owner or is in some kind of commission only sales position. If you could, patronize their businesses, because in this pandemic that we're experiencing, we need to support the small businesses or they won't be around anymore. Right. And I did that. And then people would also share, and people were tagging themselves, because that's what I want to be remembered for, that I'm somebody who helped out others, because then what am I also? A small business owner that needs help during the pandemic. Okay. Second part of that, you want to build loyalty, contact your people. Okay. And I'm saying contact because this could be any way you want to. I'm not going to say you should do it via social media. I can tell you, I keep Facebook Messenger open all day, every day. It's probably the number one way that I communicate. But if I feel like my client would prefer to be sent an email, I'll send them an email. If I had a telephone that looked like this, I would still use it, right? Pick up the phone, call your client. If text messaging is better. But there's nothing, in my opinion, nothing better than just reaching out and saying, hey, Linda, hey, Deborah, hey, Pat. I see you're outside, I'm wondering how the weather is. But reaching out and saying, how are you doing? Okay. Let that sink in for a second. How are you doing? And if you don't know how to have a conversation, let me give you a quick tutorial. Use the Ford method. Okay. Ford, Ford. I would put it in the chat, but we don't have a chat. Ford. F stands for family. O stands for occupation. R stands for recreation. And D stands for dreams. Okay. So if Cynthia and I were having a conversation, I say, oh, Cynthia, how's everything? How are the kids? Right? We start with that. Oh, the kids, are they going to school virtually or are they in person? Oh, my kids are grown up, Jay. You should know that. Or the grandkids, are they going to school in person or virtually? Oh man, my kids are going to school in person. Thank the Lord. If we had to do another round of virtual schooling, I'd probably be jumping off the bridge myself. Right. And then, occupation. How's everything going with work? Were you guys having to work from home? Are you back into the office? What's going on with that? Recreation. Oh, what are you guys doing for fun? Like, as we can't really go anywhere because of capacity issues and that, where do you guys go? What parks do you go to? What do you do in your leisure time? And then the D for dreams, I would say, oh man, me and the missus were talking the other day of where do we want to go when the world finally opens up? For us, it's Costa Rica. I had a cousin of mine that just moved from San Antonio to Costa Rica, bought a business there. And it's like a buggy boat, kind of like a touristy kind of a business. That's where we're going. What about you? And then just listen. In that, I will never say, anybody thinking to buy or sell a home, make sure you give me a call. Just have a conversation, man. Right? Because they're going to ask you, oh, how's real estate? Oh, it's super busy. Houses are selling way over asking. In the city of Rochester, properties have appreciated 54.6% in the last 5 years. So it's pretty crazy. And then I would just move on, touch and go. You don't make it about sales because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Right? So if you can call, make that phone call. Don't make it about sales. And like I see a lot of you posting, you got an award. I mean, I'm happy for you that you got an award, but what does it mean to the client? Right? What does it mean to them? Why should they care? Number 10, community. Okay. Become the virtual mayor without ever leaving your home. Okay. It's really easy, but it does take some work. Some of you get onto social media and you go through your feed, right? Like this. Nothing good's going on here. And then you're out. Or maybe somebody got something good and you like it or you comment or you share. That's great. But where the real communities are, and this is increasing at an exponential rate, are with groups. Okay. And I just got this message this morning. Okay. Because I have a couple groups that I admin and it said, hey, J-Man, look, we're introducing a new public groups experience. It'll be easier for you for people to reach your group and join it. Okay, great. And then we'll save time with changes in the membership. Yeah, it's a group I have, Social Ninja Media group. So they want it. If you don't remember 2 years ago, not this past Super Bowl, the Super Bowl prior, Facebook took out an ad saying, hey guys, we're making it about relationships again. Get involved with a group today. So whether you like corgis or you're a big Afghan knitter, I don't know, I'm making things up as we go. There's a group for you. You join that group, you get involved, you go to their events, you go to the virtual events. That's how you become a virtual mayor. Okay? Because people like people who are like them. Period. The easiest way for you to build rapport. If you don't know about me, I love obstacle course racing. I'm in these obstacle course racing groups and belong to a local gym. I sold 12 houses last year to people from the gym. And it had nothing to do with like, hey, are you qualified? Please tell me what your company's market share is like. It was like, Jay, come sell my house. Jay, I want to buy a house. Because you've already built that rapport. Okay, look at Long Island Moms Group. 25.8 thousand members, folks. Okay, and if you broke it down further, if you're in Manhasset or you're in Long Beach or you're in whatever your area of Long Island where you live, I guarantee you there's a group associated with it. And you're not going to get the business by joining. You're going to get the business by joining and becoming an active part of the community. Okay. This is a huge, the Buy Nothing Project. I want you to write this down if you don't write anything else down today, because we're getting towards the end here. The Buy Nothing Project is a project where they only have one for each community, and it's meant for people to give stuff away. Right? We gave we redid our living room. We had a stager come in and redo our entire first floor, actually. And so we had a couple pictures that didn't make the cut as far as the design is concerned, but they're brand new. It costs money. We don't want to put it on Facebook Marketplace because we could care less. We put it in the Buy Nothing Project where we live. It's called Maplewood. It's Buy Nothing Maplewood. It's very specific. And one of our neighbors, like literally 5 houses up on the other side of the street, came over, picked it up, and is so thankful. Right? You build that social capital. If you don't see a Buy Nothing Project group in your neighborhood, you can create one. Okay. And again, you get anything you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. Once you keep building that social capital and helping people out, it's really going to make a difference. Okay. And I want to finish with, family, right? This is my 11th reason why you need to double down on virtual and social media. Number one, you have kids or grandkids that are on social media. Yes. Like this, everybody. It's a great opportunity for you to connect with your kids or grandkids. I do TikToks with my son, not because I think the TikToks are going to go viral, because I think it's something fun to do. Right? It's something fun that he enjoys. And now my 5-year-old, I got to end with this one here. My 5-year-old, you see him in the middle, Valentino. He has a YouTube channel now. He's 5. Okay. He's doing videos. Videos are so easy that a 5-year-old can do it. So here, I'll prove it to you.
Hey guys, today I'm playing Roblox. I'm Valentino, so now I'm gonna be playing a strong game where I eat things, and then I get bigger and bigger. So watch me play.
Here, I can hold it the other way. I can face the camera. Okay, ready?
So I'm gonna play. Okay.
Yeah, and I took over camera control from him, but you guys can hear that video, right?
What you're doing?
So I'm eating things and getting more money to.
And then he just explains the video. What's the difference between my 5-year-old son and any of you, and especially those who don't have the camera on? He was never taught to be afraid. Nobody ever said to him, hey, you don't look good on camera, right? And he sees me doing it and not being afraid of doing it and not caring what other people think. And so that's why he's doing it. And so, that's my recommendation to you as we finish right at 1:00, is to go out and do these things. Go out and be better virtually. Go out and double down on social media. We do have some opportunities for you because I'm doing 2 3-hour CE classes for the Long Island Board of Realtors. And maybe Marianne, I don't want to steal the thunder, but give yourselves a round of applause, please. Okay, I'll give it for you. And then we'll give you a DJ Airhorn. Marianne, do you want to say, do you know the dates?
Sure, I can put send the dates to everyone. I do have them. And
okay, yeah. So everybody that's registered, it's in April sometime.
Yeah.
I think it's the 2nd and 3rd week in April. But we have a 3-hour social media class. It's called Social Media Mastery. We're really going to go deeper into all of the things I discussed because it's hard in a 1-hour webinar to go deep with you. And then the same thing with the virtual tools. A big part of that's going to be Zooming like a pro. All of the tips and tricks and the equipment that I use. I'm going to give you good, better, and best recommendations to really take it to the next level because now's the time, right? Michelle, I see you're new in the business, girl. Now's the time. Now's the time to really get that market share and take it to the next level. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Jay? Okay, thank you so much, Jay, for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you back with us for our CE classes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, wonderful to
Thank
see
you.
you. Wonderful to see you.
Take care, but I think that was
Thank you for
Betty,
the
right? Betty?
inspiration. Thank you for inspiring us.
You're welcome.